Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving straight into a genuinely fascinating text from the Ming Dynasty that is going to completely challenge how you view destiny, fate, and control. I absolutely love unpacking historical stories like this, mostly because they force us to take a really hard, honest look at the invisible limitations we place on ourselves. We're going to break down this ancient wisdom piece by piece and see exactly how one man mathematically hacked his own fate. So think about this for a second. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Like the universe has already dealt your cards and you're just playing out a predetermined hand? It really begs the ultimate question we all face when we feel stuck. Are we born with a fixed destiny, or can we actually rewrite our own script? The entire story we're exploring today centers right on this philosophical tug of war. Section 1. Is destiny truly predetermined? Okay, let's set the stage. Picture a young man named Yuan Huang. Growing up poor in the Ming Dynasty, his life was pretty unremarkable, full of the usual struggles. But then it takes a dramatic turn when he meets an elder named Mr. Kong. Now, Mr. Kong wasn't handing out those vague, generic horoscopes you see today. He was a fortune teller who claimed he could calculate the exact, unavoidable fate of absolutely anyone using this highly complex astrological system. Mr. Kong took one look at young Yuan and told him, hey, you're actually destined to become a government official. Drop what you're doing right now, head to the capital and take the exams. And this right here perfectly sets up the ultimate showdown. On one side, we have Mr. Kong's rigid, mathematical, predetermined fate, the idea that the script is already written and literally nothing you do can change it. On the other side, we have the dynamic, action-oriented concept of created destiny. Right now, Yuan is standing squarely on the predetermined side, about to test just how accurate Mr. Kong really is. Section 2. The Abyss of Fatalism. So Yuan goes and takes his exams just like he was told, and you guys, this is where things get genuinely eerie. Mr. Kong had predicted Yuan's life with terrifying laser-like accuracy. He called his exact exam ranks. Rank 3? Boom, spot on. He even predicted his exact compensation as a scholar, a highly specific salary of 90.5 den of rice. 90.5? And it happened, down to the decimal point. But then Mr. Kong also predicted the heavier, darker stuff, that Yuan would never have a son and that he would die at exactly 53 years old. Because every single early prediction came true with zero margin of error, Yuan just gave up. He completely surrendered to fatalism. And honestly, can you blame him? The psychological weight of realizing your entire life is locked in is crushing. He lost all his drive. I mean, why study if your exam rank is already decided? Why plan for a legacy if you're mathematically destined to be childless and die early? He started believing his actions simply didn't matter, living out his days quietly, expecting nothing more and nothing less than the exact timeline the fortune teller gave him. Section 3. Master Yungu's Breakthrough Wisdom. Years later, while meditating on Qijia Mountain, Yuan met a highly respected Zen monk named Master Yungu. And this conversation completely shattered Yuan's worldview. Master Yungu basically said, look, your innate fate, the initial conditions of your birth, might be fixed, sure, but your acquired destiny, that is actively shaped by your actions and your mindset. By blindly accepting Mr. Kong's predictions, Yuan was acting like an ordinary, unthinking person. Master Yungu made it clear that destiny is not a locked door. It's a living, breathing outcome that responds directly to what you choose to do next. And he didn't just give him some vague, feel-good spiritual advice. Master Yungu laid out a tangible, 3-step method for hacking fate. Step 1, repent and completely change your mindset. Step 2, set a firm, unshakable vow. Step 3, relentlessly execute good deeds. He explained this brilliant concept. Extremely good people and extremely bad people literally break the prediction models. Why? Because their intense actions drastically alter the underlying math of their karma. They override their own destiny through sheer agency. Hearing this was a massive wake-up call for Yuan. He went straight to a statue of Buddha, repented for his passive mindset, and made a serious vow to complete 3,000 good deeds. To cement this whole identity shift, he actually changed his name to Liaofan. The name Liaofan literally translates to transcending the ordinary and leaving worldly fatalism behind. It was the ultimate psychological reset. He was telling the universe, I am no longer a victim of Mr. Kong's timeline. Section 4. The Miracle of Reversing Life. Liaofan kicked off his quest with those 3,000 good deeds, specifically aiming to change his upcoming exam luck. He kept a super meticulous journal of every positive action. Now remember, Mr. Kong had practically guaranteed he would place third. But astonishingly, as Liaofan put in the work, the maths shifted. When the exam results dropped, he didn't take third place, he took first. For the very first time, Mr. Kong's ironclad system failed. By gamifying his kindness, Liaofan had officially hacked his own destiny. Riding the high of this victory, he set his sights on an even bigger goal. He vowed another 3,000 good deeds, this time asking for a son. This was huge, right? The fortune teller said he died childless. Yet before he even finished accumulating all 3,000 deeds, completely defying that dark prophecy, his son Tiangi was born the very next year. He had quite literally created a family where the math said none could exist. So naturally, he levels up again. Liaofan vowed a massive 10,000 good deeds to become a yinshi, which is a highly prestigious government official. This was a monumental task, but he stayed incredibly disciplined. Every single day, he was looking for ways to benefit his community. And sure enough, after 4 years of relentless effort, he crushed it. He passed the highest exams, became a yinshi, and was appointed as a powerful county magistrate. But hold on, because here is the most shocking number in this entire explainer. 1. It took just 1 single year to complete his next massive goal of 10,000 deeds. Now you might be wondering, how on earth is it humanly possible to do 10,000 distinct good deeds in 365 days? I mean, that's over 27 acts of significant kindness every single day without a break. Well, here's how he pulled it off. As a magistrate, Liaofan was actually really stressed that he wasn't doing enough good deeds fast enough because his job kept him so swamped. But a deity revealed to him in a dream that a sweeping tax cut policy he had recently implemented for the peasant farmers actually instantly fulfilled his entire quota. Since that one single policy structurally lifted the burden off tens of thousands of citizens at once, it counted as tens of thousands of good deeds. It's such a brilliant example of how your positive impact exponentially multiplies when you intentionally use a position of leadership to help people. When we compare his actual timeline to the predicted one, the contrast is absolutely wild. Instead of mediocrity, he achieved top ranks and became a jinshi. Instead of being childless, he had a son. At age 69, he even wrote a book called Liaofan's 4 Lessons to pass this wisdom down to his descendants. And that terrifying prophecy about dying at 53? Liaofan passed away peacefully at the age of 74. He literally outlived his predicted expiration date by 21 years. Every single limitation placed on him was shattered. Section 5. The ultimate law of happiness. At the very core of this philosophy is the concept of impermanence. Usually when we hear impermanence, we think it's a bad thing, right? Like all good things must come to an end. But the source material flips this to show its incredibly liberating side. Because absolutely nothing is fixed, there is always hope. Because of impermanence, the poor can become wealthy, the foolish can become wise. If you're in a tough spot right now, impermanence is actually your best friend because it literally guarantees that change is possible. So if you want to rewrite your destiny, here is the clear, actionable checklist. Don't beg external spirits or rely on luck. Look inward. Check your daily intentions. Are you cultivating clear wisdom and joyfully serving others? The text emphasizes a really tough but empowering truth. If you aren't seeing the results you want, you just haven't accumulated enough good actions yet. So don't despair. Just keep going, keep serving, and shift the math in your favor. This quote really hits the nail on the head. True freedom from our own afflictions, our anxieties, our feelings of being stuck, actually happens when we stop obsessing over ourselves and unconditionally help others. When your core intent is to lift others up rather than just seeking your own comfort, you naturally accumulate the positive circumstances that transform your own trajectory. Happiness isn't something you catch by chasing it directly. It is the natural byproduct of a life spent serving others. So I want to leave you with this to really chew on. If Liaofan's story proves that destiny is ultimately just a reflection of your own accumulated actions, what are you going to do about it? You don't need a Ming Dynasty fortune teller to start. The pen is right there in your hand. What is the very first good deed you will choose to do today to start rewriting your own script?